Hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, Ger, on the panel for this post-match show. Rangers won. UEFA, or was that how I pronounce it? Now, is Rudy Bear and Big Ulster. Evening, gentlemen.
Hi, guys. How we doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much, guys.
Right, I mean, stuffy game. At times hard to watch, but sort of what you would typical European match in some respects, Rudy.
I think they had a plan, didn't they? You saw that tonight. They came here, they stuck as many men behind the ball as possible. They did as much as they could to frustrate the Rangers players. A lot of bitty play, a lot of sort of fouls gave away. I was amazed that I think they got to half time and I don't think any of them had got a yellow card. It wasn't so much, severity of foul. It was more to do with the consistency of fouling. It was just a constant thing. I mean, they were constantly barging into the back of Alfredo every time the ball came near him and stuff like that. The big defender, it was Martin, just constantly, fouled him. How that boy got to half time with a yellow card beyond me. But aye, it was hard to watch at times, Ox. It has to be said. Probably, as you say, a kind of European-style game by an away team, and they set out to frustrate us, and they pretty much did that. I think they pretty much did that.
Clean sheet, pleased with that, Big Ulster. We got a goal, and I think we played well for the start of the second half, mate.
Yeah, we played well in spells, mate. I think it's always important. And a bonus if you can play a European game, mate, at your home ground and not concede the away goal. It gives you a wee bit of advantage going into the next leg because we've got the double dumpers, you would call it, suppose, and they can't get that now because they obviously haven't scored. But they were a frustrating team, but I'll be a bit like Rudy, mate. I was more frustrated at the referee. I couldn't believe that team as well went in 45 minutes in with no cards. Persistent fouling, I think, is what it was. Their aim was just to really try and stop us playing, and they did do that a lot in the first half. I just think the referee, after a while, should have been given a few yellows out, and maybe that would have changed that a wee bit. But the longer you let things like that go, the longer it's going to happen, isn't it?
I enjoyed the Gira's performance tonight. I thought with a lot of guys played well. I thought the two centre backs played well. I thought Gira, Jack played well. Morelos at spells in the first half was working so hard. Kandé started the match really well and constantly works hard. With a lot of positives. Should have, in my opinion, had a penalty kick, Rudy.
Aye, for definite as well. Me too. Thinks that Middleton, the boy doesn't even make any attempt to go for the ball, and how the ref can bring that back for a handball against Lafferty, I don't know. That was just a strange decision for me because you would have thought he had plenty of time from that incident, when Lafferty and their player went for the ball at the same time, kind of arms flailing about a wee bit. And then Middleton getting onto the ball and running into the box. He's got plenty of time to blow the whistle, He can he can blow the whistle before Middleton even gets into the box, but he waits till the Middleton's into the box. Boy makes no attempt to get the ball, just barges right into the back of him, puts him on the deck, and then he blows the whistle and brings it back for a foul. I thought that was a bit of a weird decision, but 100% for me, so it was a foul. Penalty, sorry. It was a penalty all day long.
I think so, Ulster. Yourself?
Yes, mate, it was definitely a penalty. It was the same. It was a nonsense. I looked actually at the replay. So I thought, right, we'll look at what Lafferty done. We'll see what the referee's reaction to Lafferty was. That was obviously, that incident happened. The referee still runs on as if nothing's happened, didn't look at the the handball, didn't look like he was ever interested in a handball. Lets the game play on. Then our Middleton gets took out, and then you're wondering what has just happened. Maybe what was for the dive, and then we thought, maybe the referee had given against the dive for Middleton, but it looks like he gave it away for the handball. But yeah, I thought that was a penalty, mate. Wee bit of a strange decision, just a wee bit of frustrating night referee performance. But I thought some of the players' individual performance were fantastic, and I thought Ajira, mate, was magnificent tonight. Yeah. I thought that was his best game by a mile. Passing the ball, tackling, strength, he was everywhere tonight. And Peter Robicon's given the man of the match and deservedly so. Fantastic.
71 minutes, and I think he misplaced a pass. He put it between Tav and I think it was Golson or Ryan Jack actually, and somebody ran and got it, and that was the first misplaced pass. He's turning. Just for me, they were just sometimes a wee bit deep picking holes. 1-0. Would we have took that 6 weeks ago in the fourth round of the qualifying? We would have there.
Oh, I think you would have took it all day long, Ox, wouldn't you? But we've got to the point, where we've been spoiled recently, haven't we, a wee bit, So we were kind of hoping for a 2 or a 3-0 tonight, which obviously would have made it much more comfortable for us going over there. But look, it's 1-0, it's a win. They haven't managed to score. That's a good thing. I like Big Ulster. I thought Ajaria was excellent tonight. I thought he had a good game at the weekend. I think he improved on that game at the weekend tonight. I thought some of his play was fantastic to watch. As Ulster says, the big man was everywhere. Well, now we go there next Thursday. We've got the 1-goal lead, and it's like Steven Gerrard keeps saying, you keep a clean sheet, you win,
I'm happy with the clean sheet, and I think there's sort of one effort. Just after we scored, we got a wee bit caught at sea, but we played some nice football at times, but never made as much chances as I hoped, Ulster,
No, I know, mate. But I think you have to look at it too, that any time we were doing anything good, actually, that team were pushing, kicking, and fair play to that. They done the right thing for what they needed to do, mate. They were coming to a good Rangers side at a European game. They didn't want to get obviously knocked out of the tournament, by being blitzed in the first leg. So they wanted to disrupt us, frustrate us, and try and stop us from creating, stop us from getting into a flow. And they've done that very successfully. So I'm not going to give them much stick for that. But I just think the referee's job to be there is obviously to give out the cards, to try and say, look, I know what's going on here. This, a few yellows, and maybe the team, obviously then change tactics a wee bit, and obviously can't keep giving silly fouls away because they'd be worrying about the red cards. Whether if you let them carry on with that, like the referee did, mate, then it let them basically manhandle their players for the whole 45 minutes of that game, and I think that was due to why maybe couldn't create the chances we have been creating.
Fair, mate. Fair. I mean, it was just a stop-start bit of game, killed, and people would say that was a professional performance by them, but it was poor at times. The refereeing, maybe just 1 or 2 yellow cards in the first half could have changed the whole flow of the game, really.
I think if you did, like Ulster says there, and you just said, Ox, you give them a couple of yellow cards because they certainly deserved it. Then it changes their mindset. They've got to start thinking, right, I need to be careful here now what we're doing because we don't want to have a man sent off. Can he play next week if that's the case? Because I would imagine that would be their best team, So, I mean, they deserved a couple of yellow cards, at least a couple. I started watching it by half time. I really couldn't believe that they'd gone into half time and received a yellow card. And we didn't make as many clear-cut chances as I would like to have seen, but that was much of that, I think, was down to them loading the box, every opportunity, man. They'd almost a full team standing in their box, so that's always kind of hard to get the ball through when that happens, Ox. But then it's down to us, isn't it, to create the chances, the clear-cut chances. I thought Alfredo worked his socks off again tonight. Tried really hard, had a couple of chances, one particular for the header, that he put just wide, which I think might have been it was a guy that had a free kick or a corner. But there
made the goal, mate. Made the goal. It was his header that made the goal.
That's right. That was the first one. So and they had the header chance in the second half as well. But look, we've got what it takes to go there because they are not a good team, Ox. They are not a good team. They are nowhere near as good as Maribor. No, certainly no technically as good as Maribor were, and even Osijek. Osijek were a better side than them football-wise, in my opinion. So we really have got what it takes. We just need to go over there next Thursday and get on it for 90 minutes. A goal or two, that ties over for me. They're finished.
One goal for me, and that's it. They need to score 3 then. I don't see it. But as we sit this now, but stranger things have happened. Anyway, Big Ulster, if people want to join us, what's the number?
Yes, man, it's 0141356 1972.
Where else can they join us, Rudy Bell?
They can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online.
That'd be great to hear from people what their thoughts were on that. Ulster.
Yes, mate.
You watched the game with a group of Bears, yeah? Is it mostly the same people all the time?
Yeah.
Disappointed when the final whistle went in the group?
No, to be fair, no, everybody was pretty upbeat. I think we were a wee bit like what Rudy was saying, over the 90 minutes, we're confident of going there, mate. That's what we were all sort of agreement that we were the better side. We're just maybe a wee bit frustrated. Maybe a wee bit frustrated of maybe that team allowed the tactics were allowed for so long, Ox. But apart from that, I think we were all pretty happy. We got the clean sheet. That was the main thing tonight. Keep ourselves in the tie, as I say. But we wanted to win more tonight. Of course we did. But maybe the Thursday night game, maybe not. Maybe could have rested a few players. But still, we're in Europe. We're one qualifier away from the group, mate. 1-0 performance isn't bad.
And that shows you how far we've came, mate, doesn't it?
Exactly. And as you said yourself, Oxley, if you had said to me at the very start of this, campaign, the qualifiers, look, you're going to go into the very last leg to try and get into the groups with a 1-0 win, the Ibrox, to take away from home. I'd have took that all day, of course I would have. So, as a shame, we maybe would have, last season, I don't think we would have been anywhere near this level, and I can see we're a wee bit frustrated tonight with 1-0, but let's look at it in the positives, and there's a lot of positives to take out of it.
Probably yourself and your mate, Rudy. Disappointed or?
I felt a wee bit kind of mixed emotions, really, Ox. I felt a bit flat by the end of it, I felt a wee touch disappointed, I have to say. I was kind of hoping for a 2 or a 3-0 win. In my opinion, had we scored 2 or 3 goals, this tie would be over by now. I don't think they've really got what it takes to bother us that much, even over there, so I felt a wee bit like that, But it's like you say, they had a plan, they came with it, and in the main, it worked fairly well for them. But they're no a good team by any stretch of the imagination. We should go there and deal with them. But as you say, 6 weeks ago, would you have took this? I would have took it. I would have took it all day long, Ox, to be honest with you. A 1-0. We're new. I said the other night we were 180 minutes away from getting into the group stages of a European competition. We're now 90 minutes away, and that's all we need to do is just handle that 90 minutes the same way we handled the away game against Maribor, and we'll be into the group stages.
Anyway, we've been joined by our global ambassador. Evening, Mr. Global Ambassador.
All right, Al. How are you, guys? All right.
I'm a bit flat, Al, because I
felt
we actually deserved maybe 2-0 would have been a better reflection on play, but it was a hard watch at times the way they disrupted the game. But that's not down to us; that's down to them. What's your thoughts, mate?
One thing I'd just like to recap on last night. He's 7 foot, he plays the flute, and he's here for 55. What a comment, eh? He is the man. He is the man.
He is the man, Al.
Right, so fast forward to today. Disappointed. Really disappointed, actually. Now, I'm going to be controversial here. Well, I think I'll be controversial here. Morelos doesn't score goals for us in the big games. Is he the black boy? Different style of play, but is he going to score goals against your St Mirrens and your Motherwells and your Kilmarnock? But when we need him to score goals, because tonight we needed him to score goals, put a couple of chances away, he just isn't there, guys. So what's happening there? What's your thoughts on that? Do we need another striker? Because Big Sadiq, he ain't coming in. I've got faith in Lafferty to score his goals. But Morelos, I don't think he needs a lot more work. And we need a goal scorer because these are important games for us to make our life easier. In the second leg, we should have been going out there with 2 and 3 goals. Maybe I'm being greedy. A win's a win, and I'm happy with that. And Europe will take care of itself. And I think Morelos will do his job in the league. But as we progress and we play bigger and better teams, especially important games, we need him to be putting the ball in the back of the net. And for me, guys, I don't think he's got it to do that in the big games. No, maybe not yet, but certainly he's not got it yet. You'd maybe come,
what's
maybe
he scored
able to
this
work
season?
on.
What's he scored? He scored away in
6 goals or something.
He scored away in Aussie Jack. He scored, was that two in a row in the league, is it? Did he score against St Johnstone?
6 goals or something.
Aye, but I look, none of the way we'll know that as the season progresses, as the games are bigger. But I get what you mean. I mean, the one that he sort of, I would say it sort of hit his shoulder, chest, and when he missed it. But that's difficult. It was a great ball by Connor Golston when it comes over your shoulder. But he also got in there and he won a header when he maybe right in the hard bit of the play where the ball fell to Golston. Now, if it had been the other way around and he'd have tapped it in, you know, is he a natural finisher? I accept your point. He's no got the. Some of his play tonight, his link-up play with Arfield at times was very good. They were looking for each other. Big games, only time will tell. Rudy Bear?
I know where Al's coming from. I can see his point, you know. I think it's a bit...
Evening, Snowball.
Evening, Jelly Tot. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, man.
I see Al's point, you know. Will Alfredo get the big goals in the big games? Remains to be seen. It's like you say, Ox, it's hard to tell just now, you know. Once we get into the group stages, you know, touch wood, hopefully we get by the next 90 minutes next week. We get into the group stages, we're going to be facing some really classy teams, some really good teams. And I think that possibly will tell you everything you need to know. But as far as the league's concerned, you still need to score the goals against the Kilmarnocks, the Motherwells, the St Mirrens, the Hearts, the
Correct.
Still got to score in them. And he's doing that just now. I mean, he could have had 4 at the weekend there, you know. Instead of that, he got his hat-trick against Kelly. We got Motherwell on Sunday. If he goes out and, you know, scores us a couple on Sunday and wins that game for us, you know, he's doing the job, you know.
Aye, but can I just interject here, Rudy?
On you go, mate. On you go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Aye.
He got that hat-trick or 4 goals there. He'll go into Motherwell. I'll guarantee he'll probably score a brace. But then when he takes that into the big game against the Beasts, that's where I think we might have an issue with him. That's where I think, well, hopefully, look, I'm not trying to be too much a downer on it. It's a great result for us tonight. We're progressing. The club's doing fantastic well. I just think it's something that I'm looking at and I'm saying, is he going to be right? Is that a game next week that you just pick the big fella up?
Well, I did think you looked tired in the last 20 minutes. Anyway, we'll be joined by George Logan first, and I think Bridgman's making all the noise. On you go,
I'm
George.
just going to go, gentlemen.
Cheers, mate.
Take care of yourselves. All the best. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.
How we doing, George?
How you doing, boy? You all right?
I'm a wee bit flat, George, and I might have took that result, but they've just about again petered out the last 20 minutes. It was very frustrating. Nothing to do with us. They were falling down, lying down, stopping, pushing, shoving. It just became a wee bit annoying.
I can totally see your point, Ox. I wasn't expecting that. You didn't expect that for a Russian team. When you think about the Russian teams in the past that we've played, you didn't expect that, really. I don't know how high a standard this Russian team is, to be honest. Folk are saying they're not great, but I think it'll be a different team when we go there. Ox, I really do. But taking the positive, and I can see what you're coming for. I can see how people would think it was a bit flat and things like that. But taking the positive, I thought Ajay in the middle of the midfield, I thought he was brilliant today, Ox. I thought he's coming out of a game. I wasn't sure about the guy when he first came to Rangers.
He looked a good player today, mate. He looked a good player.
He did, aye. And I mean, I thought Morelos off the ball play was playing well. I thought the full team done their job. They done what they had today. And like you say, you're not talking about us being flat. Sort of they knocked the stuffing out the game. But we done our job tonight, Ox. We've done our job. We've got the goal.
Would you took that before the game, George?
Ox, I honestly, I'm not just saying this. I'm living in dreamland with all this now. I really am. What's that? 11 games unbeaten, is that right? Or 10 games?
We've never been behind, mate. We've never been behind.
That's what I'm saying, Ox. So you're saying, but I've took this before the game. If you had said to me 5 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, George, you've got to play this team, you've got to play that team, and you've got to hear a one-half game against the Russians where you're up 1-0 with 90 minutes to go into youth. I came, folks, stop going back to it. For we've came all these years ago and all that, Ox, and the kickings we've had on all that, Kieran, I'm delighted with it. And I'm delighted with every one of the guys out there tonight. I thought we've done a great job. We've done the job. Out to Russia next week. They've got to come out. Remember, they've got to score now. And it's easy to say, but if they score, it's back to injury time and all that. They're two and they're through. But they've got to score next week. And let's see, they kind of hang about and knock the ball out in line. They go on next week. So the game's for us to take now, really. But I thought they're a better team than folk are making out. Like, I kind of up and things like that. Like, but
they showed glimpses, George, after we scored.
I thought that as well, Ox. And I mean, when you look at the referee, was the referee Scottish or was a Polish Catholic? I mean, I couldn't make up my mind, to be honest.
Couldn't possibly be commenting that. What about
the referee was shocking.
He was poor, mate. Very poor.
I thought it was a Stonewall penalty kick with the young boy went through.
Hear me. Listen, we've also been joined by Bridgeman and a caller. How are we doing, Bridge? Oh, we'll take the caller. How are we doing, caller?
I'm all right, bud.
Yeah.
Oh, you're away now. Okay.
Oh. You there, Bridge?
I'm here, pal. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, bud. I've got this as a different mic. Different.
Right, wait a minute. I'll go to the caller first in the company and let you get set up.
Okay, bud.
How are we doing, caller?
Yeah, all good, lad. Tell you, all right?
All right. Tell everybody who you are.
Yeah, I'm all good. I'm DC, mate. I called in a couple of nights ago as well, speaking to you guys.
How you doing, mate? Give us your thoughts.
I'm all good, mate. Thanks. What it was, just the last caller there, obviously calling in about Morelos. You know, just wanted to call in. I don't want us to become spoiled. I thought Morelos worked his arse off again for the team tonight. You know, 1-0 at home, taking that away. Where we're at just now, 90 minutes away from the group stages, when he's saying that he was a wee bit disappointed. Just feel as if we shouldn't get our hopes up too soon just now. I would take that in a heartbeat.
Fair comment. I thought Morelos was arguably one of our better players the first half.
Me too,
I thought, and at the start of the second half, I thought, if I'm being honest, I think like a few as the game went flat, he wasn't involved. So, but he didn't have any real chances second half. But I think he played well for the first 20 minutes, along with the rest of the team. He had.
Yeah, and even his first touch, he's gained a yard in pace and that as well. I think he's coming on brilliantly.
He nearly done a Michael Moles turn. I don't know if you noticed that now.
You not made well, yeah, didn't he, Bargain? So I just don't want a guy to become spoiled and put too much pressure on him. I think he's doing brilliant, to be fair.
All right, mate. Hang on, I'll come back to you. Now that Bridgeman sorted, how we doing, Bridge? No? Is he there?
I am here, pal. I'm here.
You doing a bridge?
No, I'm not here. I'm just here.
Give your thoughts, mate, and you see the game. Sometimes me and you see it differently, because obviously I've watched it on the box, you've watched it live. What was your view at the game, mate?
I have to say, I agreed quite a lot with George was saying. I thought that we came away with a victory, and they were a tough team to beat, a tough team to play, and I mean they were very tough. Sometimes verging on the borderline of dirty, because it looked as if sometimes they were kicking everything above grass level. But they gave everything they had, and I have to think that up till the time when we scored, and then they managed to get 2 shots on goal. I think that's the only time, to all intents and purposes, through the whole game that our goal was in danger. I think Rangers had the makings of them, the way they played. So I'm quite happy we've got a victory. They now need to beat us. Simple as that. So if they're going to beat us over 90, they need to score at least 2 goals.
If we get one, they need 3, Bridge. They need 3.
I'm saying that providing we don't score, but I think our performances away from home in this tournament have been absolutely superb. I heard he's talking about. I think it was George who mentioned that Ejaya. I think he was just magnificent tonight, absolutely magnificent. I think that I thought the boys down the right. I thought their final ball was quite poor tonight. The Tavernier and Candias. They're fighting for everything, but their final ball wasn't great. I thought the young boy Kent on the left. Wow, what a game he had! What a shift he put in. And of course Morelos, outstanding. He's receiving the ball 80%, 85%. The ball sticks to him. You can't beat that. I thought Lafferty was unlucky when he came on. Virtually his first attempt at hitting the ball with his foot, and he smacked into the guy. Now, I never saw that on the TV, so maybe somebody could tell us that it wasn't a foul, but it looked to me as if it was a stone wall foul, and he caught the guy badly.
But I don't think it was a booting, Bridge, if I'm being honest. I think the guy made a meal at me. He just turned his foot into him, and he went down. By the way, you must have had a good view, Lafferty never handled that ball, and it was a penalty kick for me.
Well, we were mystified. We couldn't believe he wasn't getting a penalty for a start. And then we thought, well, maybe he was a wee bit offside, because these things can happen. And then the referee was signalling a handball. So the only handball it could have been was against Lafferty. And if not, it was further back. And I can't remember seeing Lafferty touching the ball with his hand. But again, maybe sometimes you get a better view of it from different angles on the TV. So maybe you guys could tell us.
It was DC. I don't know when you've seen it, but it was a red hand that hit the ball. It wasn't a big kill. See what I done there?
See, to be honest with you, the stream that I had, it kept cutting off. And
you'd have been watching the game live, of course, Pride Rangers TV.
That's exactly what I meant, yeah.
I know that's what you meant, yeah.
Just see the push in the back of the middle, and it was definitely a penalty. I didn't see the incident before it, to be honest with you guys, but I thought Middleton was brilliant. He come on as well. It just gives you that danger where it win you free kicks, it win you penalties. So overall, just great performance tonight.
Big Ulster, you said it was a penalty on our own. Everybody's pretty consistent in Ajara.
Yeah, mate, Ajara, I thought he was fantastic. And seriously, he's been getting better every game. I think when we comment on that the last game, we've noticed he's getting in, he's getting involved. He's maybe not doing the fancy stuff as much. He's doing it at the right times now, mate. And I think, when we've missed Koulibaly, obviously, the last few games for someone, with a wee bit of dig. But Ajaria proved today that he has that in him. Tonight, should I say, he had that in him. And he was everywhere. Last his tackles, winning the ball, distributing the ball very, very well. As you say, I don't think he'd done a bad pass for 70 minutes in. He gave the ball away. It was his first time giving away the ball. And he'll be a hard man now to take out of the team, to be honest, because I thought he was a fantastic, head and shoulders above anyone on the pitch. And we all had players that played well, but Ajaria for me showed something I haven't seen from him yet. His all-round game was just fantastic.
All right, listen, if you don't mind going on mute, we've got a quick summing up by your manager, Stephen Gerrard, MBE.
Stephen, can I get your thoughts on that 90 minutes?
I think in terms of us and our performance, I think it was a game of two halves. We actually won the game, the half, 1-0 first half, but I was disappointed in our first half showing. I thought we were a bit flat. I thought we waited for the crowd to lift us instead of us lifting the crowd. Spoke to them quite firmly at half time, and I thought we got an excellent reaction. I thought we were better second half. We were on the front foot, we were aggressive, we played in intensity. We just didn't get our rewards for that, but I thought we were a lot better than them second half. First half, I didn't really think we showed them how good of a team we are.
Was it a case that your team had to show a bit of patience in the first half against a stuffy side, or did you just feel they weren't quite at it?
No, I don't think it was about patience. I just felt that we were just a gear down today. I just thought we were a little bit flat. But maybe I'm expecting too much too soon. Because of the 45 minutes in the second half against Maribor, I'm expecting that for 90 minutes now, because they've spoilt me, the players. They've been excellent. There's a lot of positives to take. Look, we've won another game. We've kept another clean sheet. We've got a slight advantage going into the second leg, but everyone knows there's a big job to do. We're capable of doing it. But I think at home I want a little bit more from the team, because they're capable of playing at a better intensity than they did first half.
You brought 3 midfield players back into the side today, and obviously they brought, as you say, a bit of intensity in there, and Ovie Ejaria as well. He seems to be a player that's growing into the Rangers jersey.
I thought he was magnificent tonight. I think that's the strongest 90 minutes he's gave us so far. I think we've seen a lot of flashes and a lot of halves and some good performances, but I think that's his real first excellent performance that he's announced against a good team. I thought he was excellent from start to finish.
You mentioned the clean sheet, but just how big do you feel that goal could be before half time? Obviously your team would like to have maybe added 1 or 2 in the second half, but it just wasn't to be.
Yeah, I've got belief and confidence in my players that we can go and finish the job off. Now, we'll do whatever it takes to try and get over the line, whether that be another clean sheet and get it through that way. But I also have confidence, and I'll put people on the pitch and in the team that are capable of getting that important away goal. And I believe if we get another goal, it'll be a big task for them.
And how much of a positive is it for you as well that you look at the bench? You've got Kel Lafferty come on in tonight, of course, and you've got Lee Wallace in there as well. Great to see him back in the squad.
Yeah, well, Lee's a leader. He's had a tough time with injury, but I wanted to name him on the bench today, not necessarily to use him, but just to start getting him the feel back for the crowd and being around the dressing room. But yeah, the idea with him now is to push him and try and get him match fit as soon as we can, and he'll be a big positive for us in the squad. And to have Kyle in finally through the door, he's had a big 24 hours. But again, I wanted to get him on the pitch and see if we could get that extra goal to give us a bit more of a cushion. But it wasn't to be. But I was pleased with his impact from the bench.
Well, thanks for that, Old School Blue. DC, quite similar thoughts to a lot of us on here. We didn't play brilliant in the first half, played a bit better to start the second half, but ultimately never got the second goal, mate.
That's exactly it, and just what the manager's saying there, he's just reiterating my point and why I phoned in. He's feeling as if he's wanting the exact same performance in the second half what we've done against Maribor, but we can't have that every week. 1-0 wins with a clean sheet, I'll take that against anybody. Don't want to be spoiled. You'll just, obviously, a win's a win, another clean sheet, and we'll take it in the next Thursday and see where it takes us. So, again, overall, absolutely delighted with the performance tonight.
George?
He's summing up it was pretty bang on, Ox, was it? A game of two halves. There's not much. You were pretty bang on what you were saying as well, Ox, about the game. There's not much more you can actually say about the game, but I'm positive about it, Ox. Really, I'm positive about it because, like you asked me the question, where would I have been if you asked me this last week? I won nothing away to go to Russia, but I won nothing. I would have been out of the moon with that. So I'll take that all day, Ox. I really will.
Rudy?
I think if you'd have said that to me 6 weeks ago, it would be in, with a chance, if, with just another 90 minutes to play. 1-0 lead, getting us into a group section of the Europa League, I would have bit your hand off for that, Ox. So I would, and we're not going to get it all our own way every game that we play. The team's put in some great performances. There's been some brilliant individual performances, in these qualifiers, we've done well and started well in the league, a couple of games in the league, and then good performance in the League Cup. Occasionally you're going to come across a game like this. As I say, they had a game plan, they stuck to it, and in the main it worked for them, simply because it was only 1-0 to Rangers, But look, I'd have took that all day long, so I would have come back a few weeks at the start of all this, start of this adventure. I think we've got it. I think we can go there and finish the Joe Barfair there in the next 90 minutes.
Big Ulster?
Yeah, I think DC's right, mate, and the manager as well, when he says maybe we're expecting a wee bit too much. I don't think in our wildest dreams we'd expect the performances that we've seen so quickly from our team. Today was a wee bit more flat, maybe flatter than what we've been used to, but if that's them a wee bit below par and they can still get a 1-0 victory at Ibrox in Europe, mate, then I'll take that, because we would never have expected this at the start of the season, just everything to go so good for us. So yeah, maybe we've been a wee bit, tiny bit spoiled, but still you have to look at it the positives. It's a 1-0 victory at Ibrox Park in Europe, and that's something we could only have dreamed of last season. So at this stage in the competition, so we have to. I know we're a wee bit flat, wee bit down, but let's take the positives out of it, guys. I think it's a decent performance and a decent result.
Rich?
Well, you've got to remember that team are a good team.
I agree with you, Bridge. I don't think they are a good team. No, for what I seen tonight.
Oh my goodness gracious! They outplayed us for huge chunks of that game, pal. Outplayed us. They were very, very fast on top of the ground. They could play beautiful balls to each other. That's what we were seeing. I'm not being funny. That's what I saw. They were playing some smashing football, and they showed us. They took a couple of, shall we say, dodgy throw-ins and got away with it. So they just kept doing it because they were getting away with it. But we were quite slow in the midfield at times when they got the ball from the goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper's a bit dodgy right enough. But when they pushed out with 30-yard passes right to the feet, and we couldn't cope with that. We just couldn't cope with it. So it took us a wee while because we had to backtrack, get the ball again and come back up. So they put pressure on us in different ways. They never pressurised our goal very much, apart from just after we scored. Other than that, Rangers had all the possession you could ever wish Rangers to have, and only for the failure to do anything really positive with it on a sort of in a positive way. We just didn't seem to be able to find that wee pass, that lovely wee pass that gets us and creates the havoc. Sometimes we get through passes, and we can do this. I don't know how many times he hit that boy in the bum because the boy was jumping in front of him, So there was lots and lots of time. Look, no complaints at all. I'm absolutely over the moon. We came out of Ibrox. We've got, shall we say, a win and a one-goal victory, a clean sheet, magic. We're going to go over there and we can give a defensive performance as we have done up to now, then that team won't beat us. They definitely won't beat us.
I'm surprised you think they dominated this Bridge, but they were up the park the whole game.
I can't agree with that.
I'm talking about the midfield. It's the midfield I'm speaking about. They dominated play for big chunks. Did you not see them passing?
I watched, but I tell you what.
No, is that no possession, domination by possession?
Bridge, let me talk, mate.
Sorry, bud.
I watched Osijek and I watched Maribor, and both of these sides are better than them. Both Maribor and Osijek are better, technically gifted, than that lot are. That lot did nothing in the first 45 minutes but spoil a game of football. That football they played would get football stopped, in my opinion. That's what that first 45 minutes was. Rubbish, Bridge. All they did was they came out with a game plan to spoil a game of football, and they done it for 45 minutes. So they did. And they weren't much better in the second half. As I said, in my opinion, I've watched Osijek, Maribor, and both of these teams are better than that lot. So they are. That's just my personal opinion, Bridge. I know you don't agree, but that's all right, man. Just telling you.
But you just said it yourself. That's what they wanted to do. They came over here and they didn't want to lose any goals. And they very nearly got away with it.
But it doesn't make you a good team because you spoil a game, Bridge.
But they're God almighty, that was their plan. They played to their plan. Hold the ball. Don't give it to Rangers. Don't let them get it. You can't ask for any more than that.
I mean, for large chunks of the game, they played us off the park. No, sorry. I don't agree with that.
I'm only talking about possession in the football game. It was a tactical game. They held the ball for big chunks of that game. When they gave it away, Rangers managed to get up the park and cause some havoc. But for big chunks of the game, Rangers couldn't get the ball off them. That's what I saw anyway.
I must have been watching a different game, Bridge.
I've got to say, Carolina, apart from after we scored the goal, I've never seen them in the game much, and it was waves and waves. We thought doing a lot. They had sometimes their whole team against the behind the ball. They frustrated us, but I've never seen them doing it with possession football. DC?
Just apart from after we scored, the McGregor saved, I was just thinking there when Bridgeman was talking about it, they did have possession, but see in Europe, teams are going to have possession and see if they've got it in their own half, the middle of the park, let them have it. I don't think because there's any problems at all, as I say, apart from that one save from McGregor after the goal. So I would take the exact same over there again, which they probably will have a lot of possession, but I don't think they're going to cause us too much problems, to be honest.
Big Ulster.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a different side playing there because they're at their home crowd, so they're maybe going to have to come out a wee bit more. Obviously, I respect Bridges' opinion. He knows his football as well, but just for me watching it, I don't think at any times they really did dominate us. There was never any times it was panicking or worrying. I thought they were happy just to sit back, let us attack them all game and frustrate us when they could. But I didn't see that team dominating us at any point in the game for me. You know, I just think if anything, it was maybe just due to us being a wee bit below par than what we've seen the last few weeks. But I don't think that team was any great shakes, to be fair.
George? Oh, we lost George.
See, just a minute ago, when you were talking about... I wasn't like button there, but the shot for Candias at the start of the game too, but a great save that was for the keeper. That would have been a completely different game if that one had went to Knox. See, the very start when the ball bounced and Candias hit it, and I think it was a double save. I think it was for Morelos or Taft to start with, and then tipped it out of the bar. That would have been a different game altogether if I had went into. So they wouldn't have been able to do their lying about and fawing about and all their subs and all that. I mean, so we're still well in it. We're still well in it. Even though we're up 1-0, you shouldn't be saying we're still well in it. But we're going away in a away leg. But we're still. I think we're right in, still in this group. So it's a chance of winning this tie league, Ox.
I agree, George. I agree, pal.
I think we'll score out of there, but look, it'll be a completely different game in my opinion. But we just need to see how it goes. DC, who impressed you for us tonight?
Being a winger back in the day myself, I thought Kent was brilliant, but Big Goldson at the back, he just brings such calmness and maturity again. I thought the big man was brilliant again. Again, just leadership qualities. If it wasn't Tav, it was a captain. It's got to be a big man. I think he was man of the match for me, but Jaya played well, but I just think Goldson was fantastic once again.
Header in the first half, he obviously got the goal, but the header he done back to McGregor was very, very cool and a great bit of play. You know, on you go, mate.
No, I was just saying it's just calmness, and if your central defenders are calm in possession, just it sets a tone throughout the whole team, not to panic when they're on the ball. Just thought he was fantastic tonight, Big Goldson once again.
Rich?
I agree about Goldson. Goldson was really good. Magic. But I did think that boy Kent and Nigeria were absolutely superb. Best I've seen them play for us. And young Middleton would come on. Excellent.
Rudy, who will be yourself, mate? I know you've already said with Ajira, but I thought Goldson and Katic played well.
I thought the two of them were excellent. There was a couple of times, when they could possibly have had a chance, and Big Katic came straight across the park, ball right out into the stand. Exactly what you want, your centre-back today. No chance he's taking. Goldson, he's as calm and cool as anybody on the park, and he's just, he is a definite leader. We were talking about this the other night. The boy's definite leader on the park. The CD was saying that, you've got a big centre-back like that, goes through the team. You can trust him. You can put the ball back to him if you have to, and you can trust him. There's not going to be any daft mistakes for them. Touch wood, that is. So, but for me, Goldson, Katic, I thought Kendeas played well for a bit. I just thought his final ball wasn't great. I thought Ryan Kent played pretty well. But Ajaria for me was man of the match. I think definitely man of the match.
I agree, but I think Ryan Jack always played well, and I did enjoy Goldson and Katic, Big Ulster. Then we'll go to George.
Yep. Yes, Jack had another very solid game. Katic and Goldson again, fantastic partnership is built in every single game, and it's a credit to them. They did have a wee spell, yes, when we scored, they went up the park, they broke a couple of wee chances. Once that wee phase of play ended, that was the end for them, to be honest. That's the wee 2-minute spell that they had of danger, and we've seen nothing else from them. Our forward defence were very solid. Goldson is a leader of men. You can see it already. He is the leader on our pitch. Especially, you see him, he's always watching the line, making sure everybody's doing the right things. When the ball goes out, he's shouting out the orders. And again, tonight we're seeing the run. He seems to have that in him every so often. Another wee lovely run through the middle of the park. A couple of nice passes. Then he got himself forward, and I thought he maybe should have pulled the trigger, but he passed it on. But yeah, Goldson for me has been a revelation. If you look at him and what we have had these last 4, 5, 6 years, Jesus, it's a different level, complete different level.
George?
I liked the wee start that Tom said that Goldson was 3 years ago today was playing in, was it 3rd Division English? Was that right, Ox? I heard Tom saying on Rangers
It was the captain of Shrewsbury, aye.
3 years ago, so there you go. I mean, I think Steven Gerrard's the kind of guy that people are going to want to play for Ox. I really do. I think when you get a guy like that, and I keep saying it, what he's done in the game and things like that, you're going to want to play for him. You're maybe not what to stay, but everybody's got a price tag and everybody's got dreams in that Ox. So, in my honest opinion, this is not the time to talk about it, but in my honest opinion, our 2 centre halves and probably the left backs we've gained in the last couple of weeks, I think we better enjoy them as long as we can, because they guys are probably the best we've seen up here in a long, long time. I mean, there's other teams up this way paying 6 and 7 and 5 and all these kind of millions to get top players, and they're not working out the way some people are. In my honest opinion, in the last 10 games, Big Katic and Goldson have been unbelievable at the back. It's absolutely fantastic. In fact, it's what Bridgman's been shouting for the last. Guys that can play football, guys that can header, and guys that are on the feet and nothing. It's brilliant to watch, Ox. It really is. It's brilliant to watch again.
Best centre halves in Scotland, for sure. Best centre halves in Scotland. Brilliant.
I know, I do agree with you there, Bridge. I agree with you there.
Oh, they've kissed and made up.
Yes. Just quickly, actually. It was a comment my dad made, actually, when we were watching the game, and he turned around just and he says, I'm still trying to work out where Goldson's, where's the weak part of his game. Everybody has a weak part. But as my dad says, I'm still trying to find out where is he weak, because he's good, he's got pace, he's good on the floor, he's good in the air, His whole all-round game seems to be on check,
and he scores goals.
And he scores goals too.
What is that? Is that 4 between them now?
And that's something we've been lacking, isn't it? People that can defend, at set pieces, and can also are good when they were having attacking set pieces. That's something we've been crying out for a long time.
I really enjoyed their Golston tonight. I thought Katic played well as well, but Golston, but as I said, Ajira was man of the match for me. I thought he looked good, sparked well, and kept driving us forward in that second half, Bridgman.
Absolutely, pal. Absolutely. I think that you're talking about Goldson there. Goldson and Katic, they're worth their weight in gold, excuse the pun, at the moment. They're absolutely superb. And I said this 2 weeks ago, we need to watch out, because people in the English leagues now will be looking out, particularly for Katic, because Goldson's been there. So they may want to try a wee test to see if they can get someone like Katic. And I'm not being funny when I say it, they are the best centre-half pairing in the Scottish Premier League right at this moment, and which in turn makes it Scotland anyway. If they're talking about going for that boy McKenna, who we've spoke about before, and they're putting God knows what, 4.5, 5 million, maybe even 10 million apparently, some reports. Sorry, these guys are head and shoulders above them, all the way up to the sky. They're absolutely superb for us. And the fullbacks, they complement them. I'm really looking forward, I must say this, I'm really looking forward to getting Barisic in the full time on the left-hand side at left back, because you could see with John Flanagan tonight, another couple of wee things there, where if he was a natural left footer, he would have cleared the ball one way, but because he was right footed, he tried to clear it another way, and it makes a big difference at times, But overall, I thought Rangers played very, very, very well. Defence were tremendous. The midfield got a wee bit of chasing sometimes, trying to pick up possession, and we ended up letting them go and play it and keep it, and then they made the mistake. But what can we say? Egeria, Kent on the left, fabulous. But the defensive rock, once again, McGregor, 2 absolutely cracking saves tonight, and the centre halves brilliant. Happy.
Flanagan Bridge, because he's right-footed, he gets to the byline, instead of being a natural left footer who would have
absolutely
flipped the ball back into the middle of the box with the left foot. He tried to take it with his right. He had to try and turn his body. And by that time, the defender had got to him and blocked him. So he's playing in the wrong position for me, Flanagan. He's just.
I didn't think he had the greatest of games. I mean, I don't think anybody in our team played badly, George. I don't think they were poor, but I didn't think Flanagan was fantastic. But steady rather than explosive. But I don't think he's a Tav. No,
well, see, I always try to be that wee morbid side, because that's the way we've been the last few years, Rob. So I've been actually racking my brains, sad thing to say, just to try and get a wee negative, maybe the right thing a day, but you always try and there's a negative, and that's probably Bridgman's probably hit the nail on the head with Flanagan. He probably wasn't 100%, but see, just going back to the centre halves, the centre halves, I think they're brilliant. See this kid only want to go back on and play covered in blood and all that. I think it's just fantastic. They want to play for the jersey, want to play for the manager, want to play for the fans. I heard the Golson's interview the other day there, and he's talking about playing for Gerrard, playing for the fans and all that. I think it's absolutely fantastic. But are they as good as what we think, Ox, or are they feeling that secure? Because I actually mentioned Big McGregor at the back of him. Is it because Big McGregor's at the back of him, he's roaring, he's shouting, he's telling me to go, they just feel secure with the big guy behind them, and I think that goes a long way.
a
because
definite factor, George. Definite factor.
There's the one night off. We had a shot up the other end. I had a poster that I had a shot up the other end, and it literally broke away from one end right to the other end, and they had a save, and it was 1-on-1 with the keeper, really, wasn't it? And Big McGregor put it past the post, and he was roaring. So the things like that last season, that would have been probably we wouldn't have been up 1-0 at the time. We would have been drawing, and that would have been the goal that would have probably knocked us out last year. It's things like that. Big McGregor's pulling us time and time again. I mean, we've spoken tonight, and we've probably spoke about every single player in the team in a positive way. Just goes to show you how far we've really came. And it's down to the board and Steven Gerrard and all these guys. They're just all came together absolutely fantastic. Like,
I think that's a fair comment. And I enjoyed your Middleton's performance, but I also think with about 10 minutes to go, we looked tired because obviously we put a lot into the game and they stifled us. I think we could do with a couple more players in my squad just to push us, because if we do qualify for the group stages, mate, it's going to be a big ask to compete in all these fronts. Rudy Bear?
We're certainly going to need another centre-back in. I just love watching Goldson and Katic at the back. You know, it's the most comfortable I've felt for seasons now, if I have to be honest about it. You know, and then you've got Alan McGregor behind him. You know, and we've got a couple of good goalkeepers sitting on we've got Wes sitting on the bench, who's done well whenever he's been playing, whenever he's played, had a good game at the weekend and stuff. But I think I don't know. I still think we need a creative midfield player as well as a centre back. I still feel that we need somebody really creative in the midfield. You know, we've got the likes of Arfield and Ajaria, who are fairly good going forward. You know, you've got Koulibaly, who's still to come back. Ryan Jack, you know, who are really good playing in front of the defence. You know, they've played really well. They two boys as well. I just feel that the midfield is just lacking that real spark of creativity when it's needed. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the other night we had played a really stuffy team, put other men behind the ball, did everything they could to break the play down whenever the opportunity arose, you know. I just think we need somebody with a real spark in that midfield, and I don't know if that's going to happen before the end of the transfer window, you know.
Can I come in also, yeah?
When you come, mate,
I was just going to say
your snack.
I was just going to say that I noticed with Arfield tonight, particularly in the second half, he distributes the ball quite well. You know, he brings people into the play, marvellous. But you know, when he's facing goal, he doesn't appear to have a shot, or attempted shot. He attempts to side foot the ball. Maybe he's trying to. I don't know if he's trying to pass it in the net or just trying to find the elusive pass that will kill the whole attack and get the ball in the net. But you know, he had opportunity after opportunity to have a shot at goal. That's what it appeared like. So unless I wasn't seeing it right, maybe it showed up to be a bit different on the telly that in fact there was a good passing opportunity and he tried to do it. It just looked as if he was trying to pass the ball. Just like you said there, he's trying to pass the ball into the net, and he's not going to fool anybody, because the further along these competitions you go, normally the better the players you're playing against. So they're going to come up against some really good goalkeepers and defenders who can read what he's trying to do. He needs to change it a wee bit. Let's put it that way. He needs to change it a wee bit.
And sometimes just shoot, George. Not most, George. Just shoot, Ulster.
Yeah, something. Well, you ever have that killer instinct or you don't? I think what Arfield can do well, he does very, very well. I think if we could, I'd still like to see a creative midfielder that can take those shots from goal. And I think Bridge is right. There's a couple of times where I go on, shoot, and he doesn't do it. You know, he goes for the other pass, which isn't bad because it's not as if he's losing the ball or anything. But I just think you need someone. That's what we're maybe missing. I think if we have someone who can get the ball, smash it in towards goal and can finish, I think that would add a lot to us. I don't want to quote Dems too much, but Dems across the city have a couple of players that can do that and are very dangerous at doing that. We've seen that before in Old Firm games. If you give them space, they'll shoot and they can score goals. I think that's just one wee thing that we're missing. Whether or not we'll sort that out this window, I'm not too sure, but I'm sure it's something Steven Gerrard will probably look at going forward.
For me, we need a priority is to get another centre half in, but a bit short there. I don't think it would be.
Oh yeah, that's
better than the boy McCrory.
Can I put the physical side in it? Can we have 6'5", built like a brick, you know what, and can play football and as fast as a gazelle and hard as nails? That's what I want.
Just quickly, Rudy, what did you think of Lafferty's cameo?
I thought he done all right. Big Kyle, didn't have really that much time to get himself into the game proper. It's his first game back. Thought it was all right. Yeah, I mean, he was on the verge of setting up a penalty for young Middleton, wasn't he? Which should have been a penalty. But I thought he was okay. He had a shot and all that, I'm sure he'll get better as time goes on,
Ulster, and then George, if he's about, then DC.
Yeah, I think the big man done all right. Wee bit overexcited. Maybe that the guy got a boot in the toys, would say. But no, I think as he gets on, Lafferty will come into the game. I think he was playing out sort of wide right for a bit of time. He came in towards the middle as well, but mostly out in the right. But it'll take him time. I think it's probably nerves and excitement as well. The game may be passing by a wee tiny bit, but held the ball up well when he needed to and brought others into play. I thought he done pretty well for the minutes that he was on. All
right, George and DC.
I ken it's Kyle Lafferty. We've got him for Hertz and things. I've been a bit excited to be getting. I want winners back at the club. I do care what people think about when they left and all that care on. But see, to be honest, I just want a winning team. We've had it torture for the last amount of years. I mean, we need winners in the team to have a winning team. And I honestly did. Barry Ferguson, my all-time hero at Rangers, always will be. But see, the night before, I wasn't at the game the night. I was just watching it on the Rangers telly. But see, when I was actually waiting on the big man coming on, I actually had that same feeling against Dundee United when Barry Ferguson, and that's me. I'm honestly saying that when Barry Ferguson was coming on in that game again, I honestly did, because the guy's a winner. We all came it happened in that, but I just think it's great to have him back at the club. I really do. He was £1 million, £600,000, whatever it was. Probably not the same fees with the pay for Barry Ferguson, but I had that same feeling again, and I'm starting to get that same feeling again, Ox. I hope he starts against Damon Sunday. I really do.
All right, DC.
Exact same as the two guys there. Had a great feeling, just the reception that he got when he came on. It was great to see. And just touching on when the guys were saying there about the no shots for outside the box, I don't think Big Lafferty's going to be shy of a shot for outside the box. Or scoring my Linder goal and important goals as well. But it was great to see the fans going to have a good reception when they come back.
Anyway, lads, we've reached that time of the evening. Bridgeman.
Well, what can I say? We're very, very pleased and really happy we come away with a victory. And I thought a thoroughly deserved victory. I thought 2-0 would have been a better victory for us. But can I just say, I'm so looking forward to next week, and let's see if we can get us all the way through to the group stages. But to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one of us, as we saw tonight, keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers need us. Keep it going.
Kenneth Anthony Bridge, DC, George Logan, Rudy Bear, Big Ulster. The global ambassador, Big Al, and more big shout out goes to All School Blue who helped put the show together tonight. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11 talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, All School.
Hurrah! Hurrah! We are the Billy Boys. Hurrah! Hurrah! We make a lot of noise. We're up to here, we'll never fear. We all are Billy's sons. We are the Glasgow Billy Boys. We belong to Glasgow, we're orange and we're true. Scotland is our country, our colours white and blue. We're Protestants and proud of it, we're known from near and far. Glasgow Billy Boys they call us. Hurrah! Hurrah! We are the Billy Boys. Hurrah! Hurrah! We make a lot of noise. We're up to here, we'll never fear. We all are Billy's sons. We are the Glasgow Billy Boys. On the 12th day of July, you'll find us in the walk with our brother orange men. There's Sandy, Bill and Jock. Willie is our hero, he beat them at the Boyne. Glasgow Billy Boys they call us. Hurrah! Hurrah! We are the Billy Boys. Hurrah! Hurrah! We make a lot of noise. We're up to here, we'll never fear. We all are Billy's sons. We are the Glasgow Billy Boys. We believe in freedom. We won our fight that day. The Battle of the Boyne, we're very proud to say. James, he was defeated, justice had been done. Raise now